Okay, good evening. I'm David Lattimore, CTO of Eikos Partners. We specialize in building trading applications and risk management systems for capital markets and hedge funds, and also a number of hedge fund providers as well. So my subtitle here is from the future desktop development application development, WPF or web technologies. A number of our clients have challenged us on the perceived view that WPF applications, when built, are more performant than web technologies in the browser or in a container like OpenFin. So we put together a little demo that actually demonstrates that not only are web technologies more performant out of the box than WPF, but essentially you can't tell the difference. So as far as putting applications on the trading desk, they see no difference from a performance standpoint or from a usability standpoint. So traditional development for desktop has been, desktop means Windows. Well, we know that's changing. I see that most of the presenters here have used Macs to do their presentation. I think I'm the one that's used Windows. Desktop development typically means .NET technologies. WPF WinForms, it's proprietary, and Microsoft, as we've seen, has discontinued technologies somewhat of at a whim, and has left capital markets looking at this going, can we trust Microsoft? Plus, the development tools have been very expensive. So staffing up or providing the Visual Studio Professional for your developers is very, very cost inefficient. So, to the demo. So we have two applications on the screen. I challenge anyone to tell me which one is the WPF app or which one is the web app. Yeah, that's because I have a penchant for black themes and. No. And there's no right clicking on the application itself. Essentially, you can't tell.
The top one is WPF.
What's that?
The top one is WPF.
Yeah. Why did you say that?
Oh, because the bottom one's got a settings icon. Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. So this is using basically on the back end Redis and Node.js. We're using Node.js as back end, front end development. We typically, with our clients, use Node very much as a mock service layer that provides our UI developers the ability to actually move very rapidly when they come to their UI design and iteration with their clients. Also, in this case, we're also connecting our WPF app to that back end as well. So it serves multiple purposes. Using WebSockets, HTML5 component to actually deliver real-time streaming data. And I believe we're pushing out every 50 milliseconds. So you can see that the browser and the WPF app are actually keeping up to speed. The interesting thing here is it actually took us additional effort to get WPF to perform as well as our web app out of the box. And that was somewhat of a surprise, but a very good surprise. So, the reason why there is this little icon is another thing that there was a big problem with WPF applications or applications that are statically compiled and distributed as executable is one of the main things that most of our users are looking for is customization. So how do I personalize the workspace and do it in a fairly efficient way? So what I'm going to do is change the cell background, and it's instantaneous. This is something we cannot do in WPF without a lot of engineering effort. So, as you can see, we can allow the client to rapidly customize the application and ultimately save it to some back end, which is probably a node server, that then allows that to pull that information back. Now, one thing, the OpenFin application, one of the other issues that we face when dealing with building our applications is that we're always looking to get reuse across as many devices as possible. So one of the nice things about web technologies, not only can I be running this within OpenFin, but I can actually pop up Chrome pretty much on any device and actually point it to a URL, and the whole thing runs within the browser. Oh, sorry, got the wrong little head myself here. So exactly the same application, 99.9% code reuse between the OpenFin container version and also the version that we see running in the browser here. We'll demonstrate, if anyone's interested, this running on several mobile phones and also on iPads. And you can see the same level of performance. So the conclusion we came to was basically, if you're building WPF apps today, you're mad, and that you should start really retooling. I was a big Silverlight supporter. I love Silverlight. I know. I suffered for my sins. But I saw the light, and the light was JavaScript. Anyway, so that's pretty much the end of the presentation.